Hey, this is Dr. Corey Gilbert, and we are walking through the Play the Man by Batterson, looking at these virtues of manhood. And so today we're on number 5, which is true grit. Number 5 is true grit. So James talked about a single-minded stick-to-itiveness come hell or high water. In a word, grit. This is the 5th virtue. Grit is the place where passion and perseverance meet. It's resilience in the face of rejection, fortitude in the face of fear. It's a no guts, no glory approach to life, even in the face of impossible odds. And you see these kind of build on each other. As we looked last time at the raw passion, taking risks. True grit is someone who then digs in and does what has to get done. We must pray like it depends on God, not me. But I also believe that a good old-fashioned work ethic honors God. So you have to work like it depends on you. Think about that. I need to pray like it depends on God. I need to work like it depends on me. Every day I wake up and I go to the grind. I do what I've got to do. There's something that I've seen in a lot of, especially men, in a lot of families, that kids look at the dad and go, I don't want to be like him, and I don't want to marry someone like him. Why? He's passionless, and he's just kind of a punch the clock kind of person, just functioning, just existing. No, I want you to have a passion. It may not be in your work, like that your day-to-day work. It may be something greatly, bigger than that, a bigger impact. Do it with all you've got. Even if you're hanging on by a thread, you hang in there. No matter how many times you've been knocked down, you get back up. You keep on keeping on, no matter what, no matter when, no matter how. Today I want you to consider the idea that men should actually seek out situations where they're going to have to activate their grit if they're going to accomplish anything. Here's my rule of thumb. If I don't have grit going on in my life, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. That's me. If those challenges aren't present, to me, I'm not pursuing the best of what God has for me. Why? Because I want to make an impact. I want to infect and affect your life and everyone else's life that I teach to and I speak to and I do counseling and coaching with and everything that I do. And so to me, that's a measurement of my health, I guess you could say. Truth is, I'm more and more convinced that men need an element of danger. It's one way that we come alive. It's one way we discover who we really are. Without danger, our sense of manliness atrophies. We become like caged animals. If there isn't a healthy and holy outlet for our testosterone, we often find unhealthy and holy outlets. That is a powerful statement. I'm actually going to read it again. This is again from Batterson. Truth is, I'm more and more convinced that men need an element of danger. It's one way that we come alive. It's one way we discover who we really are. Without danger, our sense of manliness atrophies. We become like caged animals. If there isn't a healthy and holy outlet for our testosterone, we often find unhealthy and unholy outlets. That's revealing. Men, what are you doing? Where are you actually having some unhealthy and unholy outlets? It's a revealer. It's telling you information as to stuff that you need to fix, that you need to adjust, you need to change. And so I would challenge you to go there, challenge you to fight that, to have a different story as you face that grit. What does not kill me, said Nietzsche, strengthens me. Interesting quote. I love that, though. The way you gain strength is by breaking down your muscle fibers. Then, with the help of protein, those muscle fibers grow back even stronger. What's true physically is true emotionally and spiritually. When you go through a season of stress, think of it as an emotional workout. It might feel like a breakdown, but God is building you up emotionally, fortitude. Maybe it's time to set a stretch goal. Are you going to face that? Are you going to accept that challenge? Do you see that as something you need? Because if you're listening to this, there's something that happened as you're processing this that either activated something in you that said, I've got to, yes, or nothing's happened, which means most likely other work is going on in your life because God never stops working in your life. So if this isn't kind of making you go, yeah, maybe I need to, God's doing something else in your life and you need to work there. Follow him, follow where he's at, follow what he wants to do. But I do believe there's something powerful about these outlets. There's a reason why a lot of men gravitate towards pretty dangerous stuff, and we need to be careful with that. We need to use wisdom with that. We must choose to do things that push us past our previous limits. It takes tremendous grit to go after your dreams. It takes tremendous grit to fight for your marriage. It takes tremendous grit to be a true friend, a true father. But that is precisely the point. It takes a man, and it makes a man at the same time. Who you're going to be is dependent on who you are in the fight or in the struggle or in the time now, today, in fighting for your marriage, in fighting for your children's lives, in asking hard questions, in studying, in being someone of passion. So name today what your stretch goal is and do it. Go for it. So James 1:12 says, God blesses those who patiently endure testing and temptation. Afterward they will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him. This is the kind of man that you need to be. This is the kind of person that God's called you to be. That's someone that endures these harder times. Ironically, this idea of grit, that actually might even kind of look forward to those times and face those times and run into those times and endure. Bless you, your family. May you have a great, great marriage and family.